Is it already over? Coming all the way down, so more leverage is coming in. 63,000, so roughly a 5% move, 11% in profit right now. I give away $1,000 right now. Bitcoin is sitting right now at an inflection point. While we are heading lower and lower, our portfolios are getting crushed. I know that you are suffering like everybody else and are wondering, when will this finally stop and we reverse back to the upside? Don't worry, I might have the answer to it. Let's go. Welcome back, guys. If you're new to the channel, don't forget subscribe and activate the notification bell while I go here now directly into the Bitcoin chart. On the 4-hour chart, really obvious that we have filled most of these fair value gaps here right now that were above us. Only one remains at the $70,200 and $70,600 level that I hope we're going to touch rather sooner than later. But at current price levels, we need to admit to ourselves that there is a potential that we're coming all the way down to fill this big vector candle. Starting at $63,000 to $64,600 from current prices. That would be still quite a significant move here to the downside. So roughly a 5% move if we are losing current levels and are not able to gain momentum here to push back to the upside. Today, I want to zoom out a little bit from the lower time frames in the first part of the video so that you get a better overview what is actually happening here right now. When we are moving on to the daily chart here, you can see that we are trading right now really close to the mid-range, and the levels that we need to watch here really closely right now is this support range around the current mid-range of our trading levels. So this level starts at $64,500 all the way up to $65,400. Lose this level and things will get really ugly for Bitcoin really fast, and we might potentially come all the way down to the support level of the range to $56,000. Right now, I'm not seeing that. The big question I know that you're asking yourself is it already over, or is there still a move potentially lower? I got you guys. I will tell you straight away, there is maybe one short-lived, really quickly, one more leg to the downside, and then we should be done. I will show you here some other charts that are pointing to it. So make sure that you watch definitely the video until the end so that everything will make sense for you. When we're going here back to the Elliott wave chart, here I have identified a smaller fifth wave corrective move to the downside coming from the 4-hourly chart. So when I zoom in here on the 4-hourly chart, you get a better understanding how this fifth wave is working. So you see here we had our 1 here, the 2 up here, then 3 down here, then the 4, and usually the fifth wave is shorter than the third wave. So that fifth wave to the downside here is telling me that we are really close to the end of that move before we start the final impulse move on the bigger Elliott wave count and starting the fifth wave to the upside. Is down here that red candle, is that the end of the fifth wave and we started to go now up here into the fifth wave? Yes, there is a high chance that this was the fifth wave, but again, I want to let you know that we could potentially one more time come down here to retest these levels. And as long as the fifth wave is not longer than the third wave, we could still come back down here to like $64,700 approximately, $64,800. Unless we are starting to break $67,400 and find support above that level, that will be the first one that we need to overcome here to move back to the upside. We need to be cautious here over the next, let's say, 7 to 10 days. I believe over the next 7 to 10 days, we are going to find finally a footing again with the Bitcoin price and will go back to the upside here, because there are, again, certain other factors playing into this that are pointing to such a scenario. When we are going here to the weekly chart, one of these key indications right now is the volatility index. So you see here the volatility is trying to get above these low range levels, and usually when we are coming back here to the upside, we get a nice push also to the upside. So now you have to understand, volatility doesn't care if price goes up or down. So it could also mean that we get a really ugly candle to the downside. But again, based on other factors and indicators that I'm looking at, it is quite conclusive that once volatility is coming back, it should give us a nice push to the upside. So if we are getting one more leg to the downside, the upward sloping middle band of the Bollinger Band should be acting as support. You see, we got really close here this week. I think it was yesterday where we got really close, and got stopped here from the $64,800 level from falling lower. But it shows you that around the middle band of the Bollinger Band is support coming in and pushing price back up. So if there is a potential where we come down here, just scratch it, then we should see a nice bounce to the upside to the top range of the Bollinger Band. That is sitting right now around $78,000. But of course, here on the weekly chart, with the weekly close tomorrow, it will come lower here a little bit. So this will come down a little bit and will bring us to around, I would say, $77,000, $76,000. But it would still create a new all-time high, guys. On the daily chart, also, we are hanging on by a thread to the handle of this cup and handle pattern. As long as we are closing this daily candle within the handle, things are looking good, that we are getting expansion to the upside to test the upper range of the handle at $69,400, $500. Here again, once we're getting up there, I expect a small rejection from it. It does not mean that we need to come back all the way down to the bottom of the handle, but here somewhere around $68,000, and then finally getting a breakout to the upside. Again, the indicators that I'm looking at are quite telling what's going to happen next here. I'm here on CoinGlass, and on CoinGlass is something really, really interesting developing. So, and for that, I draw here a line on the price action, and on the open interest, I also gonna draw a line for your better understanding what's actually happening here. The spot delta, sorry guys, you have here the spot bits and the leverage bits. So now in these yellow lines. Now when you look at the Bitcoin price action, what's happening here is that the last time open interest increased, the Bitcoin price went to $70,000, and then we got an open interest flush and moved to the downside. Then we started to build up a little bit of open interest here again, and that was when short sellers were building open interest, and we got another flush to the downside from here to the downside. Now again, open interest was increasing. What did we get when open interest was increasing here in the sideways move in Bitcoin? We got another leg to the downside. So all these moves are short seller driven right now. You can also see that when you look at these spot bits, there are no spot bits. There's only selling going on. That's why this yellow line is flatlining and going down. And the same here with leverage. So leverage, the volume in the leverage market is going down and flatlining. So when this is going down, that means short sellers are the ones driving the price right now. What we are seeing now is that open interest is building up here slightly. We are, of course, not close to the levels that we were previously, but always when we come here up to the top range in the open interest, we get a flush to the downside. So now we are moving more or less sideways in terms of the open interest, and Bitcoin price is slowly going to the upside. What I expect next here, based on these factors, is that the Bitcoin price gets a move to the upside again to the top range, which is now in alignment with the $69,600 level. And the open interest will see a surge to the upside. Spot bits will be picking up, the leverage will pick up, and then you get another open interest flush once we're hitting this level. And once we find then a new level of support. From there, we are going to build up the next leg to the upside past $70,000. So I just wanted to give you a brief overview what is actually happening here, and all these shorts that are building up here across multiple time frames and multiple exchanges, they're gonna get flushed, and that's what we're waiting for right now. Where the Bitcoin price is at current, the current levels of the Bitcoin price are not really interesting and important. What's more important is, when do we see open interest building up? So more leverage is coming in and more people are leveraging in the market. And when we are hitting here these high levels again and seeing another flush coming, so because that is really easy to trade then. When okay, open interest is high up here, price action is somewhere here, okay, a flush is coming, so you can technically start shorting from here with a tight invalidation just slightly above. And when you see this flush happening, price goes to the downside, your short is now in profit. Would I hold this short for over the whole bull run? No, of course not. That is scalping, guys. That's a way how you can scalp in these turbulent price conditions currently. So I would actually only open a hedge short at these levels that we are currently at, like $66,900 would be a good level for me potentially taking along. And then when we are running here into the interest flush, that is where I would open a hedge short just to cover my long exposure. When we're going then here again back to the weekly chart, we are sitting here again on the weekly chart at really crucial support levels, at a support and resistance flip zone. Here was previously resistance, then we flipped this into support, broke the support again, then broke resistance again, flipped this into support. Now we are getting only a retest, guys, only a retest. Sometimes you need to zoom out to see these things. We are just getting a retest. As long as these levels are holding here from 65,600 to 66,400, there is nothing to worry about on the macro trend for Bitcoin. Again, we are in a bull run, and it is normal that we are sometimes getting these big corrections in a bull run. It happens every cycle. It is not something that we haven't seen in all these past bull runs that we took part in. So this is for me my third bull run, guys. I think it's my third. Is it my third? Yeah, it is my third bull run. I have seen this happening over and over again in the past. When we are going to the 8-hourly chart with our market structure view, here also something that I identified yesterday after I published the video, and that is that we had recently never had two lower lows not followed by a lower high, and afterwards a higher low, and then continuation to the upside. Now we had two lower lows, according to the past fractal, not get a third lower low, and start creating a higher low somewhere around here, and then of course a lower high, but then start moving in direction to create higher highs and higher lows. If we are not able to do this in the next, let's say 72 hours, to flip back this support level of $66,900, we have to assume that the alternative scenario is playing out, where we are potentially heading first lower. The lower low will be somewhere here, and only then we will start coming back to the upside. Flip this level in the next 72 hours here around $67,000, and we are good to go back to the upside. And guys, it is now time to pick a winner for the giveaway. I warned you many times, it will be totally random. Now is the time for our giveaway, guys. I give away $1,000 right now to one lucky guy that met all the conditions that I had given to be part of it. Here are the 7 UIDs that are qualified for this week. If you want to be part of it, the rules are really simple. Create a BYBIT account under my link. You need to use the link in the description below and in the pinned comment of this video. You have to deposit at least $100, and you need to be following me here on this YouTube channel and have the notification bell on. And on BYBIT, open one single trade. The amount doesn't matter. It can be a $1 trade, and you can open and close it instantly. Doesn't matter. Just one trade, even if it's $1, it doesn't matter. Just open, close it. It's fine, guys. That are the conditions for that competition. So all these 7 people have met these conditions. Now let's go here to pick a random number from 2 to row 7. Let's see. Okay, number 7 is the winner, guys. Number 7. 207555811. If that is your BYBIT account number, then you can reach out to info@amcrypto.us with a screenshot of your BYBIT dashboard that is showing that number, and then my team will get in touch with you so that you can claim the $1,000. Something else that I want to mention here, you have only 12 hours after I publish this video to come and send us this email. Otherwise, we're gonna pick tomorrow another winner out of the 6 remaining people here. So make sure, if you see this video right now, that you go and send straight away an email with a screenshot and a contact number where my team can contact you, so that you can get your $1,000. You see, guys, that's how easy it is to make $1,000 here. Again, this is an ongoing giveaway with BYBIT. You see, the event should end in a day, and then I should pick a winner. Guys, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what BYBIT is telling me, if I should do this in a day or not. I pick, I pick the winner, guys. I pick the winner. So the next one could be as early as Monday. Maybe on Monday I pick the next one. Maybe on Wednesday, maybe on next Friday. Who knows? You need to watch my videos here from beginning to end to see where I announce you as a potential winner, and of course met all these conditions. So now let's get on here with the show, guys. And of course, congratulations to the winner. The order book is also quite telling on Bitcoin. Nothing has really changed here since yesterday. The big order blocks are around the $64,000 and $65,000 level. I don't believe that we're gonna see a flush all the way down here. There is so much liquidity stacked up here. I believe bears don't have the manpower to push through to the downside. The least way of resistance remains to the upside, but it does not mean that we cannot get here one more quick move to the downside to go all the way down to like 64,700 to just take out a little bit of long liquidity and a buyer side liquidity before we see a proper push back here into higher price levels. On the liquidation levels, we see a lot of shorts still coming into the game here, also late shorts right now. So usually when we see this happening, where we get a big concentration of short side sellers and also late short side sellers, usually we see a reversal to the upside, taking all of these short sellers out and liquidate them, then come back down, find support and continue to go to the upside here. On the liquidation heat map, I have to refresh that. Here we see more or less the same thing. If I go here to a weekly chart, you're going to see here sell the liquidity for a market maker. If they want to make money, they have to go to the upside. To the downside, there is not really anything for them anymore to be taken out. Again, it does not mean that we don't see this, but it just doesn't make sense to drive prices much lower. It makes sense to revisit here one more time, 65,600, 64,800, something like this, just to stop hunt people that think it's safe to go long from here. But that is the worst case scenario that I see right now before we get a reversal back to the upside to take out all these upside liquidity. When you zoom out here on bigger timeframes again, in terms of where we are at in the market, we have here from Willy Woo his price model. You see here, what did I do now? Let me get back here. So at Willy Woo's price model chart, something really quick that I just want to point out here is in every bull run, we always tapped the upper green band as a take profit area. The last bull runs, every single time we came up here and touched it, Also here, where was there the top, the market price? Where was here the market price for Bitcoin? So that was 14K. So the last time we did not even reach it when we were here at $69,000. Is it 60? Yeah, $69,000. But we got close to it. So now, if we would assume that we are just getting slightly under this band for this cycle's top, that would bring us potentially to more or less $200,000. If we go all the way up and touch that band here again, and this whole area was an outlier, then we would technically go all the way up to around $400,000. So again, right now, I don't believe that this might be the cycle top. I have a little bit lower my cycle top, but it just shows you how much potential upside and perspective is still there in terms of going here to the upside, that this bull run is not over yet. You know, let this small correction play out, and then let's talk again in like 10 days or something with major ups, where we get another nice pump here to the upside. The USDT dominance is correcting to the downside today. I don't want to get too much into it until we break below 4.75%. But the dominance really interesting, is moving here to the downside while Bitcoin is going sideways. That's why a lot of altcoins having right now a nice day in the sun. The Bitcoin daily chart here on the stochastic RSI is also telling us there is a short-term bounce coming that should bring us back slightly or close to $70,000, and that will last for a couple of days usually, guys. You know, so when you see a push here in the stochastic RSI back to the higher ranges of close to 100%, you usually get here then also a nice move around the $72,000 area from current prices. If we repeat what we did here the last time where we got a bullish crossover. That crossover can happen as early as tomorrow, but I would not like to see tomorrow a massive move, at least on a $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 move in Bitcoin, because that would create a massive CME gap just below us, and I would rather to see this unfolding on Monday. In terms of the Bitcoin dominance, we basically started now the downwards correction that we have pointed out here for quite a while already. You see here the orange, this line. I did not move this line. So we are following exactly that trajectory here to the downside. Give it a couple of days to break here 55%. We potentially gonna see a short-term bounce when Bitcoin is breaking $70,000. But that's absolutely fine, because the overall direction, in my opinion, will be really soon here to the downside, because people start to get bored of the Bitcoin price action. Ethereum came here. I cannot make this up, guys. You know, we came to the cent down here to the top range of our underlying support zone. We have filled more or less this vector candle's footprint, not completely, but to a level where we can assume that this is closed and we don't need to revisit lower levels here. We are also getting a reversal candlestick pattern on the daily chart. MACD is showing signs of losing selling pressure and more buying pressure coming in. The RSI pointing to the upside, stochastic flatlining at the bottom with a potential reversal right now to the upside. So here also a lot of indications that we are ready to, at least in the short term, to see a bounce. For Solana, the same thing. We came back down into our first buy zone, got supported from there, fighting right now with a re-entry into our second buy zone. And here, look at this massive downwards trend. Usually when we get such massive downwards trends on any asset, you're gonna get a volatile move back to the upside. So I would not be surprised to see next week a 20% move in Solana in a matter of like a day or two. So it has happened before. If I go here just over to this side, you know, look here. So here in a matter of 2.5 days, we got a 21% move, you know, so I would not be surprised to see something similar happening here again over the next couple of days. So if you want to get into Solana, just wait here until we break this downward sloping trend line, sitting around $145 right now before you enter here. And the stop loss is slightly under current prices at like $140 is where I would set the stop loss, and then you just keep this as an investment entry and trade this to the upside. Ondo, one of the stronger coins today. I have yesterday opened a position and got out with a really small profit before it reversed here to the downside. So I got quite lucky there. I opened a new position. I'm also there right now, a little bit over, what is it, 11% in profit right now. Not a lot, just a little bit. Here I also see major upside if Bitcoin keeps going sideways or pushing to the upside really soon. Because on a daily chart we are also at bottom range levels currently, with a potential reversal to the upside. The lower to mid time frames showing the same thing. 12-hour about to give a buy signal. MACD losing a lot of selling side pressure. RSI already diverging here to the upside. So here, for me personally, that was a good entry at the break of this downward sloping trend here. Now for the third time. And I'm gonna take profit around the $1.33, $1.37 level. Then RNDR also at a good level to enter here a trade, as long as we're holding this green box that I have here at the lower ranges. Again, if we get a deviation below that range, I'm gonna add to my bags for RNDR, because here I see also a major reversal back to the upside. And guys, that's it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure that you smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you then again tomorrow.